beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. Trust you guys are doing really good. If this is your first time coming across this channel, I'm Chinwe. So I want to thank you guys for always coming back to watch my videos. Thank you so very much for your support. I really do appreciate it. Today I saw this video and I decided to share it here. What it feel like being raised by a bougie mom,
specifically a toxic bougie black mom.
So what does it mean when you say that somebody is bougie or is acting bougie? That means the person is trying to be richer than what he or she is, or aspiring to be in a higher class than he or she is not. So let's talk about what it feels like being raised by such woman, like a bougie mom, a bougie black mom. You know, I don't know, just imagine when your mom is acting another drama in the house, she comes out and acts another one. Like, you won't really know what she's up to, and you won't be free talking to her or telling her what's up, like, because you know that she's not herself. Okay, before we talk about this, let's hear her.
Because let's talk about what it's like to be raised by a bougie black mom, specifically a toxic bougie black mom, because it is such a particular type of pain, and I don't hear it talked about that often, especially if you are the daughter of a woman who was like this. If your mom reminded you of every character Lynn Whitfield plays in a movie, this video is for you. Growing up with a mom who is controlling, superficial, image conscious, materialistic, I feel like most of us, our brains have been completely warped, especially when we were kids. And if you had a mom like this, then you know these women are what I like to call masters of disguise. The way that they act with others outside of the house and the way that they are behind closed doors are two different people. And it can be so frustrating having a mom like this, because if you ever go to somebody and try to talk about your experiences or the pain that she has caused you because she wears the mask so well, nobody believes you. They'll say, but your mom is so nice. She brings cupcakes to your class all the time. She's head of the PTA. Even your extended family will not believe you, because if you are not living under the same roof as them, they will not see that other side. They are so good at putting up a front. Like, they literally should have went into espionage and not motherhood. So pretty much anytime you try to speak your truth, everyone's going to invalidate you. Everyone's going to say, oh, you're exaggerating. Oh, everybody fights with their mother. And at times you will even start to believe, am I overreacting? Am I just too sensitive? Until you get older and you realize not only were you brainwashed, but your mom is insane. Part 2.
No. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. Imagine growing up being raised by a mom like this. You don't even know what she's up to, because she's one side, this minute she's like this, the other minute she changes. Sometimes you'll be scared to go out with her because you don't know what she wears beats. This is no for me. Say no for me. I can't even imagine it, being raised by such a mom. I don't know, and many people are passing through this. It affects them psychologically. Even as an adult, you have this psychology that, is it how mothers are, or is it just your mom? Okay, I made and combined some stitches. Let's hear them and see what they have to say about bougie black moms.
These type of moms do a very good job at damaging their children and then teaching them how to cover it up, and then also telling them that it is their fault. Because what we learn is that anything that we get in trouble for was a result of our mistakes. And in that type of household, mistakes are not learning lessons. They're actually acts of disrespect. Because in that household, you're taught to know better. Therefore, if you make a mistake, she responds with, well, you know better. I've taught you better. So you shouldn't have made that mistake. Essentially victim blaming. So we internalize that over years, that anytime we make a mistake, it is our fault. Therefore, we have to make up for that mistake, essentially being a people pleaser, trying very hard not to make a mistake in the first place, being a perfectionist. It's so damaging to your mental because in your mind, you are never able to be vulnerable. Like, you should just always know what's up. You should never be caught off guard. You should never be caught slipping because you know better. But in reality, you don't know better. You're learning, you're human, you haven't experienced everything in this world to know better. But under that household, you're taught that you are supposed to know better. So when you act like you don't know better, you're stupid and you're making her look bad.
She makes a point here. In such a household, nobody talks to each other. So any mistake you made is your mistake. She blames you for each mistake that she taught you better, whereas she did not teach you anything. Okay, let's hear more.
This was such a good video. I also want to add that having a black bougie mom, it really affected my confidence. Like, I really don't feel pretty, like, when I'm around my mom, like, at all. I don't, like, I have a hard time being around a lot of pretty people who look like my mom, or just really pretty people in general, because I just feel like I don't match. Like, I'm not supposed to be there. So I'm going to therapy, actually, very soon.
I'll definitely go listen to like their entire video, and they have like a part 2 as well, because I heavily resonate with this. And then to add to it, like, I've been fat for most of my life. I'm also 5'11". I've been 5'11" since I was like 10. And then also, you know, being dark skinned and being like the nerdy, artsy, weird theater kid with social anxiety and depression, like it made me feel like I was, while everyone else was on like a flat race in terms of respectability, politics, or race, I was like on a hamster wheel. So it's like I felt like I was catching up to other people, but then I wasn't. And so, you know, I say this also that it's like, for those of you who have had similar experiences growing up, to not beat yourself up as you are learning to unpack these things. Like, I am about to be 29 next month, and I am still, you know, as I said, I was talking about in my therapy session, I'm still, you know, unearthing some of the things that I consciously and subconsciously do because of how I was raised in that type of household.
I want to get in on this too, especially coming from like the weird black kids who grew up with bougie black moms, especially those that weren't like middle class or upper middle class, because that's a whole other ball game. Imagine growing up with this mom, like bougie, you got it all, and y'all ain't got no money. The mask that is being worn is probably like way worse, no comparison. But I mean, I just think it's like a crazy ass concept. And then you throw in there like a weird black kid, which that was me. And it's just a whole other issue because it kind of like removes the cloak and shows that like not everything is perfect. Not everything is the way it seems, and it's really hard to like disguise that. And I think I might talk about this more later. Let me know if y'all interested. Watch her video. Watch the one before that.
Yeah, she's right. You imagine when you are acting bougie and you don't have money. That's the worst of it. And that's such a mom can go borrowing. She can go borrow clothing, shoes, bag, just to attend a party. And that's the length of it.
Knew I wasn't alone in this, but wow, all of the memories. Me and my cousin were raised by bougie black women. Our moms are best friends, and they are sisters, only about 2 years apart. They're very, very close. And they raised us so particular to be a mirror of their image and what they expected of us. And even now, it has affected us in our adulthood. And we are not, as adults in our 40s, the perfect image they wanted us to be. And I think they fight that every day. But there is a lot of conversation, a lot of healing. I will say the image thing is so crucial. I'm glad I was a strong enough child to not have any food eating disorders, because the image my mom expected from me, how thin I looked, the size clothes I fit in, was intense. And I'm glad I did not buckle under and have any food eating issues. I can't say the same for my cousin, because she really struggled with that, with how her mother was. And it was really tough growing up. But, you know, we looked good. We wore all the nice clothes, shopping at Nordstrom's, had the nice shoes, went to the private schools, had the nice cars, house cleaners, gardeners. We looked to the nines. And yep, my dad did not like the control. They ended up getting divorced. My mom remarried someone almost identical to my dad, but he didn't mind being controlled. So she was happy. I mean, the guy's almost pretty much just like my dad. They're like the same person. But he didn't mind being controlled because he just liked to work and he brought home a lot of money. So, yep, it's pretty tough.
It's a very tough situation. And one thing with this, majority of these bougie toxic moms usually end up divorce, because most of them husbands might not be able to handle what they do, so they end up being divorced.
So I was looking at the comment section of the video I made growing up with a bougie black mother, and it's so funny because there's so many comments like, oh, I knew a lady like that growing up and she was so sweet. To you. She was sweet to you. If you grew up with a mother like that, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, baby girl, I understand where you're going. Some will like it. It's not everyone that will dislike their mama's bullshit behavior. Some will like it and some will hate it. So when you read in your comment that their mom is the best of it, they like what she's doing, don't dislike the person. That's real. They like the behavior and they are growing with it. So guys, this is the end of the video. Let's hear your own in the down below comment section, what you feel like or how it affected you as a human being if you are raised by a bougie toxic mama. So see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you have not done so. Bye. See you in my next video.